Hi, I'm Heather, and this is Jay next to me. We're dowsing through the veil, and we are going to do a little grounding meditation and rooting before we start this session. So I hope you enjoy. Please leave comments, questions. We're happy to answer anything and go over it in the next live. Or, well, not in the next live, the next video. So we'll go ahead and get started with the meditation. So sit back, relax, get yourself comfortable, and we'll go ahead and start. I want you to start with breathing in, taking some deep breaths. Feel the oxygen move through your body as you breathe. Feeling it go down your nasal path, down through your ribs, through your abdomen, and into your root chakra. And I want you to picture a really big tree, your ancestral tree. It'll be personal to you. Breathe down the light through your leaves. See your leaves sparkling in the sunlight. Allow that to go down. And as plants and trees turn sunlight into photosynthesis, and it moves through the body, it moves through the body of the tree, it moves down through your body, and you feel it going through your body, and you and the tree are one. Seeing your roots digging deep into the earth and receiving all the nutrients from our mother. She's holding you safely, and you are held. You've always been held. And no matter what's going on, you can let go of everything right now. Just let yourself be held, nurtured, as it was intended. Realizing that connection has always been there. Takes 3 deep breaths with me. And as you breathe in and out, release what is not yours. I'm going to allow this to be transmuted through this work. As we clear this energy, I'm going to use some energy healing to help anchor you. All you have to do is be open to receive and say, I accept. And realize you are your greatest healer. And I'm using rose aura quartz to clear out the heart space, to bring in clarity, to help you anchor and see things clearly. I'm going to open up the space, clean out any debris, clear out the auric field, and bring Laura into the connection of your light body. Now I'm going to go in with a labradorite and clean out any psychic debris in the psychic fields. Calling in the violet flame. Helping you to ground. Now I'm going to bring in the peach calcite. Going to tune all this work that we've done. Take some deep breaths. I'm going to bring back in the rose aura quartz. I'm going to ground the energy and close this out. As with any energetic clearing, please drink a lot of water. Sealing the auric field. Sealing the psychic field. Closing out all this energy. And grounding you into Mother Gaia, back into your roots. See your branches flowing in the wind, centering and rooting. Give yourself a few minutes to come back. Take as long as you need. So be it. Blessed be.
Very nice. Thank you.
I need a second to come back.
Okay.
I'm like vibrating. Fully closing and sealing the connection. Okay.
Okay. I was just checking. Anyway. I was just checking to see if the Marys were here. And for me, the Marys are here. So that's kind of cool.
I think they're always with you.
I think so too. So, all right. So, what are the things that we've been talking about? Because what happened earlier today, when we got on the phone together and we were talking about, well, really, shared downloads that we've been receiving, messages, or just thoughts that we've been thinking. And so can you speak to that at all, of your experience of that?
I thought it was really interesting because yesterday, as I called you, or I remember we talked today, and I was telling you I watched your live with Gerald and was it Betsy Palmer?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
I want to make sure I got her name right. And
Yes.
how wonderful of a live that was. It confirmed a lot of downloads that I'd been getting as well, and some of the things that you had spoke about in that live. I was kind of like, wow, okay, that's really interesting. And you're talking about the circuit board that you were seeing.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, that's interesting. And I shared with you something that I took a screenshot of yesterday before I ever thought about any of that. And it clicked all those things into place. So I feel like even though we think it's just a message for us, it's so much bigger than that, because I feel like everybody is experiencing that in their own perspective, of course, because we only have our perspective.
Right. Yeah, and I think that where that came in was, one of the downloads I had received was, shared realities and timelines.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so I guess our thoughts were, you and I would, that we were processing these things, and there's probably people out there watching who have received the same sort of thing, same sort of messages, and sometimes, and whenever my nose itches, that means I'm onto something. Just so you know, if I keep scratching my nose, that's what it is. Um, that it means I'm on the nose. So I'm thinking, that it probably means that, if you and I are sharing these things, it's not just us. It's got
Yep.
to be other people as well. And I was hopeful, I am very hopeful, that through us sharing what we've been going, or what we've been thinking, the downloads we've been receiving, or, you know, the music we've been listening to has messages too, just whatever it is, that we can speak about it, and other people might be able to have some aha moments. That's what I was
Hmm.
thinking too.
I think that's the best thing we can do is, as my throat chakra, is open up the lines of communication and talk about these things, because then we don't feel so alone. Like we really do. You think of it as you in your own world, which our reality is very me based, because it's, to me, it's an I'm an Aries, so it's an I am reality.
Hmm.
And a lot
Yeah,
of people live like that. And then you wake up to realizing it's not just you, it's a shared reality, like you were saying.
yeah. Well, because we are one.
Hmm. Yeah. And that was my experience too. And when I was going through, I'll share something very personal. I think I've kind of spoke to you a little bit about it. And I'll speak on it just a little bit. When I was going through my Reiki attunement, and I realized how connected everything was. And my experience of universal energy was actually Shiva and Kali energy. So it was, and I feel like that's, I guess they're talking about that because we're going through, with Pluto going into Aquarius, it's a collective karmic clearing, is kind of the message I've got, especially if you have South Node in Aquarius, as I do. If you have planets in that house, I would look at your 11th house and how that's going to play out, as well as Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries. The message I got is the spiritual warrior, and that there's going to be, people are going to have to take accountability, and you are going to have to step up to the plate. That's very Aries energy as well. I feel like dedication is important. and what you do in your day-to-day life, your routine is going to be really important.
Okay.
So staying grounded is a huge one. And you were talking about anchoring, I believe, and grounding. And that was the message I received as well, and in my meditations. And that's why I chose to do the meditation I did, because I've been doing that for myself. And you were speaking on that, I believe, in your live yesterday, how you're imagining yourself as a tree and your plants.
Probably. I don't remember when I'm doing those types of things and this type of thing, it's not channeling in the sense that my voice changes or my appearance changes, and sometimes I don't even know I'm channeling. But as soon as it's almost like as soon as we sit down, or I sit down here, and it
So
just,
like switch.
yeah.
I get it. I actually know exactly what you mean, because most of the time when I do any kind of spiritual work, I don't remember most of it. Because you're in that stream of consciousness and flow.
Yeah.
You can't stay there. We float off.
Well, that's exactly why I was in my session yesterday. I did a healing session yesterday, and I thought, well, generally I put crystals and stuff around me, and this is when I do the grid work, when I'm seeing the grid. But yesterday I thought, I really need to do some heavy duty grounding before I go into that, because sometimes, and I do body checks throughout while I'm in that state of being, which I have to as I'm going through my journey, and I'm going through looking at the circuit board, going through the circuit board, getting messages, integrating thoughts. I Even in that altered state, I still am constantly doing body checks. Like, okay, I'm in my body. I'm here. Like, even, because, and I think that's interesting, because if I got up to try and walk, I would not be able to at all. That's why I have to have my husband near when I go into my sessions, because if I have to get up and go to the restroom or something, everything's slanted and I can't walk.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my experience of the work that I've been doing.
That's really
And
interesting.
yeah. And then when you said picture a tree, there is this tree at my mom's house, and I thought of that one first. But then I went to the willow, and because to me, a willow and Pisces seem to go really well together, if that makes any kind of sense.
Actually, the tree of the moon and the tree of witches.
Yes. I mean, I personally am not a witch or in a coven or anything like that, but I'm definitely a mystic, or and probably have had several lifetimes as a witch, or I don't even know. I was
Just an
listening.
energy worker. It's understanding and working with the elements of energy. And
Okay.
that's what Reiki is too. Like, all that stuff is just energy. It's just energy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was to be put on stuff.
Yeah. And I think that's why when I first go in, I don't know Reiki myself. I haven't. I took not a class, but I watched a video, like, beginning Reiki 1, attunement. And so when I have my sessions, I can feel my arms are, and I'm doing, like, they're having me do different things with my hands and all this it's, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just they're they're just directing me. So I don't know. It's like this, I'm like, I'm holding my rose quartz because I want self-love, and I'm holding my amethyst, like the um both are stones.
Hmm.
And like this flower agate that I just love because it has angel wings on it. I don't know if you can see them. Where are they? Up there. See, right up here. Oopsie. Right up there, I see angel wings.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
cool.
yeah, it's sort of and here's like a purple labradorite. So it's more like this size, both of my and so I was holding those, and they just have me moving my hands around, and I think it must be kind of like Reiki, bringing in energy or transmuting energy. I think the next
Exactly
time,
what it is.
pardon
It is
me?
because I do that when I'm. Well, if you watch people who do Reiki, they're using their hands. Like I was using, you weren't watching, you were meditating when I was doing that stuff, but I was using the crystals and I was using my hands. And that's why I said, I need your permission because I did bring Reiki energy into it because that's what I know. But when I started doing that, and it's just a way of moving energy and working with the energy. It's also light language.
I was going to say I heard the light language coming through too, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
It comes through better in Reiki sessions. I have, I feel like I have more access to it. I mean, it does come through at other times, but mostly when I'm doing Reiki, which I
Mm.
find interesting because the light codes come through more so when I'm doing that. So I think it's the same thing through for you. It's just you didn't need the Reiki training, maybe that I needed that because what is it? The self initiated my healing. It was
Yeah,
also a commitment that I made with my ancestors.
yeah. Well, that's like what I was telling in the chat, or in the live. Was it yesterday? I don't know what day this is. Yeah. Um, uh, when I saw the circuit board and I was doing ancestor healing, and it was red, which I think possibly then you do ancestor healing through your root chakra.
Yes, because that's where you're all that ancestral. Think about it. That's your roots.
Yeah, there you go. And it was interesting because it just kept going and going and going and going and going. And when I see or ask other things, it doesn't do that. But the ancestor healing was a very long circuitry.
I wonder if it means that you come from a long line of people that, because I feel like every generation has their part to play. Every generation has what they signed up to work on in this life. I know that part of my thing, and it sounds like part of your thing. I feel, I'm just going to say, I feel it. I'm not going to say it's a feminine thing or a masculine thing. I think everybody has their part of breaking certain cycles in families.
Hmm.
And you probably have a long line of women who have done that and men who have done that. or dare to be different, to break that cycle of norms.
I can see that, even though if you look at them on the outside, they were farmers. I come from farmers. My
So do I.
mom especially. But I was told in one session, I don't know, it was really weird. Yesterday in my session, I became my mother. And I was looking at I was looking at, it was like I was self-reflecting. I, I was looking in a mirror, but I wasn't, but I was my mother. And my hands were very, 92 years old. My arms were 92 years old. I could see, and it was my mother, and it wasn't for very long, but it was startling. And that's, I think, one of the things that I'm finding is I'm a bit startled and get taken aback by some things that I either download or receive or dream or just think, or the conversations that we have. And I don't feel safe having a lot of these conversations that you and I have. I mean, I feel safe with you
Mhm.
having some of these really, where we get so far out, and we really get into it. And I don't think I can truly, with you, I can just let myself go and ramble and go to places that I wouldn't go with, certainly not with, my family. My kids, they don't want to hear my stuff. They they don't want any of that. And they're like, don't, they think that because I'm psychic, or, I get feelings or whatever, um, that I'm going into their energy. And I've tried to make it very clear to them that I stay out. I don't, because like you
Yeah.
said, permission,
Yeah. Because
and
it's a violation if you don't ask somebody to do that. I view it as a violation. It's not ethical.
absolutely. Absolutely. And it happened when one time I was just doing something and I had like new cards or something. And I pulled a card, and my uh one of my family members was in the room with me, and I was like, "Oh, look," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is going to happen. This is something that's going to happen. And they're like, "Oh, no, whatever, I don't know." And then finally, a few years later, they said that did happen. So now they're all like, "We don't want you doing our cards or going into our energy or whatever." Sometimes you just have to. They live in the same house. They show up in my grand tableaus. They show up in certain things, and there's only so much avoiding energy that's so close to me.
How many reasons have you seen things that I didn't even tell you? You're like, I see what's going on here. I don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
And then you don't, it's not purposeful.
right.
I do readings for myself, and of course, the people that are closest to me are going to show up, especially because they have a big impact on my life.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Right.
when
The 5 people that you connect with the most.
yeah, I mean, well, when we live together, and I don't know, it's just so intimate because I don't know, it's just the shared space, this container, this home, um, this container that is my home. and then this container of my body in this soul, my soul in this light body, or in my body. uh, I'm their energy bleeds into mine
Yeah.
just naturally.
It makes sense because I feel like that's the symbiotic relationship you have with somebody who lives in your house.
Yeah.
It's energy is going to be shared because if you notice, like couples, they become more alike. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
It's the same. It's just it's a thing. The other partner becomes more like the other partner, and the other partner becomes more like the other partner, and then you swap.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And yes, I mean, after 35 years of marriage, I finally figured out something with my husband, and I was like, wow, for 35 years. And I even left him at one point, and because I just couldn't be in that relationship. And then we got back together again. And then when I got laid flat in bed for 2 months, when I had my back issue, he was so good. And so I know that his love language is acts of service. And I'm so self-sufficient that I've never needed him to do acts of service for me, where he was giving me all my pills, my daily medications, and feeding me. And he's still, even though I'm healed, I'm not having that issue anymore. He still wants to every single morning get my pills together, hand them to me, make my water, make me breakfast. And so I appreciate that. It's really brought that out. And I probably never would have allowed him to do all of those things for me if I was perfectly fine and could do them for myself. And I've even noticed now, um, I because he takes a while to get me my morning pills. And so this morning I was up at 6 a.m. and I couldn't wait for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I let him make me breakfast. I was like,
That's
oh,
sweet, though. I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's a new thing, and it's so weird that it was after 35 years that finally this knowledge has come, or that it's just weird. I'm just like, after 35 years, how come this didn't come out before we split up or whatever? It just, I guess, it's the timing.
Yeah, I was gonna say divine timing. I have to believe that's the case there because he showed you when you needed it the most.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah. So what what has been coming up for you recently that you can speak to?
I can't remember what all I discussed. Like I said, once we get in these talks, I don't really remember what
Right.
we've discussed. So hopefully, I don't repeat myself. Uh, the one other thing I think I haven't spoke on is feeling the undercurrent of feminine energy. Okay, how do I want to phrase this? Because I do, I feel like I think I did speak on it a little bit. I feel undercurrent of the feminine energy or feminine lines. And maybe it's just personally because I've been doing a lot of healing around receiving and being feminine and how I view feminine and how I view masculinity and my perception and healing both out aspects of that. I feel like both men and women, because I know we all deal with different things, and men have a different kind of pressure that women don't have.
Mm.
And so I feel like there's a collective anger going on right now, but I feel it particularly in the feminine ancestors just being fed up is the word. They're
Mm,
sick of it.
yes.
And so I feel like a lot of people who do, I'm not going to say that because it's not true. I feel like there's a lot of men who do soul work too. I don't know how to phrase it.
Just
There
say
are
people, maybe.
people, I, f- I feel like there's just an undercurrent of anger of the feminine, and they're sick of it. They're sick of it. And a lot of people who are, I guess, in this community are feminine, I would say. And the feminines have been the anchor for so long that we need our men to step up to the plate.
Yeah, I can see that. And and I don't I don't say this in a bad way in any way, shape, or form. I It has been my experience that a lot of the men in our community are very in touch with their feminine side, so, um, gay, straight, whatever, they really are more attuned, in tune with
Mhm.
the feminine aspect.
And feminine doesn't have to mean female. It means the feminine aspect of you too. I guess that was should how I should phrase it. The feminine aspect within all human beings. We all came from this mother who supports us. We all came from a woman. And if it wasn't for us, there would be no you, no nothing.
Right.
Inherently, see, like that was a part when I saw Shiva and Kali. They are the representations of the universe. And when Kali was separated as an outside aspect of Shiva. So that was the first time that they were depicted as separate. So I
Mm,
feel like it's the alchemization of that divine feminine and masculine within us that is being called to step up to the plate to do our healing and our personal healing and hold accountability for where we're at in our lives and where we want to go, because the only way to move forward is if we do our work. We have to do our spiritual work. It's a must right now, and we must be anchored because we have to be strong.
yeah,
I
yeah,
heard first responders. We are the first responders, the first line.
that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, yeah, it's like I was saying, I do remember this yesterday. Uh, I was watching something, and I wasn't saying this yesterday. I watched something, and like you just said, if it wasn't for the woman, there would be no us. And there's a lot of the patriarchy that is up that don't want to um they just kind of want to not anybody in our circle, not anybody in our circle, just um things that I see and I hear where they don't want the feminine aspect of it. I think there was somebody they were talking somebody was talking some, what are they, I don't know what they're calling these men. I forgot what they're calling them, but this one guy was saying, "Well, I just think it would be so much better if there weren't any women." And because, it sex would be so much easier and blah 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 blah. And I think somebody questioned this person and said, "Well, are you gay? And they were like, no, but I'd rather my woman have a penis. Something like that, you know. They didn't say it like that, but they said, I just think it would be better if they had a penis.
Hopefully, we
And
won't get in trouble for that.
oh, well, if we do, we'll start a different channel.
Oh, hopefully, it's not like a big deal. You're just quoting something that somebody said, and it's
It wasn't even actually a true quote. Yeah, it was a
repeating. Yeah.
so I don't know.
But yeah, I was actually like talking to my mom about it because I know my mom's also a cycle breaker because she stood up to her family and said, I'm not okay with these things going on. And if you go back in history and you read really what happened when Christianity was started, I'm not going to get into that because that is a really deep, dark rabbit hole.
It is.
And what it was actually intended to be and what it became was very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I really can understand that because of the when I discovered that I was a Vestal Virgin. Vestal Virgins were revered. They were these women, and you had to serve for 30 years, and you started when you were 8 years old. You did your 30 years, and then you would get out when you were like 38. And Vestal Virgins were the only people in Rome that were the only women that were allowed to have property. And also the townspeople, because it was the Vestal Virgins were charged with keeping the fires burning in Rome, because Rome believed that when the fires burned out, that Rome would fall. And so it was like very important that we were the fire keepers, and we kept the hearth. When we were talking about the hearth today.
I just have a different aspect of it. I experience it through the Celtic aspect, which is through Brigit and Brigit's flame. So that's funny. Interesting.
Yes.
Stuck underneath me. It was stuck underneath me.
Who is it? What is
That glare says practical intuition.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's really hard to get it to not glare.
I know, that's why I try to grab cards that don't have
I
a
love
glare.
that. It's got the circle.
Is she looking into water?
No,
That's
let me look at what the book says on this. It's actually a pattern of the labyrinth.
Oh.
It looks like the labyrinth or the Celtic wheel.
Okay.
So let me see, but it's number 30. Hold on. It has like a bunch of different languages in here. It has French and Spanish, I believe. Okay. It says, whoa. Okay. You know the thumbnail I sent you?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if I could just turn off this light and you could see it better. Right here is a bunny. Bunnies are famous for going through portals and into the other world. Okay. Developing spiritual abilities is not the end of the journey. It's just as the spring equinox heralds new life and new beginnings. Knowledge is the start of a deeper path through application of spiritual skills, creating blessing in this world to reconnect more deeply with spirit and gain wisdom. I use my knowledge and understanding to solve practical problems. Through my wisdom, I help increase beauty in the world and help support the beneficial flow of energy. And then Viancia grows close to the ground, a humble and grounded plant. It promotes practical use of spiritual abilities and helps open the third eye. Lapis lazuli supports intuition and spiritual insight. So it's giving a plant and a crystal. And it's talking about the spring equinox. So we were talking about, I think, in our other conversation, we're talking about how it's going to the year of the fire horse, which is a 10, which goes into 1, which is the magician. And the crystals I was showing you, and it was talking about how it was a perfect circuit.
Ah.
And you were talking about gridding. So I'm seeing the full moon right there.
Yes.
And the spring equinox, the connection to everything. And then also the bunny rabbit. And we all know bunnies bring in a message of abundance.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we have, like the spring equinox.
That's interesting.
Right?
Huh? Sorry, you're cutting out a little bit.
Isn't the spring the next? Oh, sorry. That's what I'm saying. My son keeps going, Mom, you need to run run a thing to your computer. I'm like, are you kidding me? Our router is downstairs, and anyway, I'm not going to run a wire all the way downstairs, up the stairs, around the doors. That's just never going to happen.
The spring equinox is March 20th.
Okay, March 20th and March 21st, right?
21st, because we have Imbolc, which is February 1st.
Right, and then
that's the midway point between spring equinox and summer solstice, I believe.
Oh, I thought Imbolc. I thought Astera was coming up next.
The star is Easter.
I'm sorry?
The star is Easter.
Okay.
It's just they took Christian holidays or pagan holidays and turned them into Christian.
Yeah.
To incorporate more people. It was easier for them to transition to Christianity if they kept some of their beliefs, in other words.
That makes sense. Oh, well, yeah, when I was talking about the Vestal Virgin, as a matter of fact, that at that time, that was before Christianity, really, and before Rome was
Christianized?
Yeah, thank you. Before it was Christianized, and then when it became Christianized, well, then the Vestal Virgins became demonized.
Well, they destroyed all their temples and turned them into brothels.
Lovely. Thank you.
Did you disrespect anything more?
I don't think so.
That's a reason why I'm just like, ugh, when it comes to like that stuff.
Yeah. Well, look, I just pulled this. This one says meditation. And Mirage telling you that when I do my thing, I have my hands like I do. I put them up over my head like that. I do all this kind of stuff. And it has the heart. And I'm thinking, this is like the spark of the divine in the heart center. I always see that spark of the divine. And my spark is like right here. I don't know, just a thought.
I'm trying to get an ancestor card, and I got you. What?
What'd you get? Oh my gosh. Oracle. And she looks just like you too.
Oracle, wait for important information. So I do feel like there's some information that will come forward. I feel like this is a collective, because these are collective, of course.
Right. Is that Commander Ashtar?
Probably. It says, star ancestor, follow your voice, the voice of your soul.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I feel like with your card, it's follow the path of your heart's intuition.
And you've got the male and you've got the feminine and the masculine there too.
I gotta see. Let me look at the book because it gives me more information on. Oh, this is totally Celtic. I'm probably this is probably Celtic. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised. But the other one has the pyramids in the back. And I can't. It's been so long since I've used any of these decks.
I know. Me too. This one I haven't. Well, no, this is okay. Well, I'm just while you look that up in the book, if you can see this, see it has a Merkaba or Merkaba, whatever in the middle, but this says joy. And this is oh my gosh, my last session, not my last session, the session before my last session, I was asking for joy. And then I got the circuit, and then I just pulled this card that says that is joy. And it also says that when you are in alignment, that's when you experience the joy. I'm getting from that.
Let's see. It says, heed the messages coming directly from your soul. That's this card.
Okay.
And I think that was the important thing. Okay, that just kicked off the thing that I was going to tell you. The most important messages are the messages that you personally receive. A lot of the times I brush stuff off and I don't even think about it. And then I realize how relevant that message was.
Yes.
Okay, see. The star ancestors is a term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to healing and growth of the world. The incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. Excuse me. The star ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with following your soul's deepest calling. There's a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be the bright light in the world of there are supporters out there in the universe, sending waves of energy to guide you in this time, information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently. It is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn into particular direction or awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that not only light you up, will also help light up your corner of the world. Continue following this cosmic guidance that is coming your way. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, I have chills.
Yes. What wow. I mean, it wasn't I know we hit the one thing that we did not talk about today that I just kind of want I don't know if you're ready, if you have any thoughts on it or not, but with this eclipse that's coming up on the 17th.
What is the eclipse going to be in? I can't even remember what sign it's going to be in.
It's going to be in
Wouldn't it be in a new moon in Aquarius, wouldn't it?
hang on. Wait, let me see. Okay, it is Lunar New Year, Mardi Gras, Ramadan. It's Random Acts of Kindness Day. And yeah, it's a new moon, but it doesn't tell me what.
I can look at.
Okay.
The new moon's going to be on the 17th. Hold on. What is the new moon signs going to be in on the 17th?
On February 17th, 2026,
Okay.
the new moon will be in Aquarius. This particular new moon is also a solar eclipse, which emphasizes themes of the future, shared energy, and fresh starts.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, exactly. When in the beginning. How funny.
Yeah, I really feel that because it's the year of the fire horse. It's a 1. So it's the magician. So I feel like thoughts and intentions are really powerful right now. So even if you don't see the result of something, be patient and stick at it. Because I've noticed that's where the dedication comes in. You have to be diligent and dedicated. And I have the for this card, I opened it up.
Okay.
I feel like you are your own oracle. That's the first message before I start reading this. Be open and receive information. And both these cards are talking about information coming in. Plus Aquarius. I feel like it's going to be humanitarian information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The oracle is the true speaker and insight bringer of this deck. The ancestor who will be your best outspoken girlfriend, someone who will tell you exactly what you need to hear to move forward. In this deck, she is a reminiscent of the Oracle of Delphi and psychic priestess of ancient Greece, who is able to receive information and make predictions. She holds the bowl that is sacred, smoke rising out of it, bringing this message to look beyond all you can see and gather information in order to make an accurate evaluation of your current situation. Angels and ancestors, the universe are speaking to you at this time. So look and listen to important conversation signs and messages that will point you in the right direction. You're being guided to wait for more information before making fast moves because of the moment you are letting your wants get in the way of your needs.
Mm-hmm.
There are opportunities for you to see everything clearly at this time, but you will only be able to do so if you are willing to truly open your eyes. If you have been waiting for further information about a choice you have to make or action you have to take, don't take matters into your own hands, but let what needs to be be revealed. Then you will know what to do next. Angels are supporting you, trust them. And that's kind of the thing. We're moving, all this energy is going into Aries, and Aries wants to move fast. The fire horse is a fast energy too. So it's needing to take practical steps before actually making a decision and just jumping into something right now. Because a lot of people are just going to want to move. And we need to be a little bit patient with the process.
I hope a lot of people hear that message or get that message, receive in any way that they can, because, I sense a lot of fear. I personally don't want to stay in fear. And so therefore, I know that there really isn't any fear. And I think a lot of fear stems from the thought of dying. People are afraid to die. And that's a heavy. I'm sorry to bring up something so heavy, but
It's
it's
true.
yeah, and I don't have any fear of that. I mean, I do, or I don't know if it's anticipation or fear or I just know that I want to be present. It's if it's the last thing, it's the last thing we do in this life, right? So I want to be there for it. There for it. There goes my throat chakra. It's saying stop talking about that. So we're almost at an hour. Is there anything?
It's uncertainty is what you're talking about. And then I'll just show you the bottom of the deck.
Oh,
Shield Maiden.
yep.
What does it say? Make plans and focus. So,
And that's what you were just talking about.
yeah, I was like, okay, that's the bottom of the deck. So I didn't even look at that. I was like, cool. I love it when that happens when I look at the bottom of the deck and it just confirms everything I just said.
I know. What just bottom of my deck? Oh, inward revolution.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Aquarius energy, it is, and Pluto, think about it. That's the underbelly, the subconscious being transformed, being brought to the surface. So, of course, it's going to be uncomfortable. And then I know we have Uranus in Taurus in the late degrees moving too. So, if you have anything in the fixed signs, or I think my Uranus is in Scorpio, if I believe, right? So, I'm guessing that that's probably squaring my natal Uranus.
Oh, yeah. I need to look at my chart.
Aquarius also squares that as well because it's a fixed sign. So it's Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. So if you have strong confidence in that, you're going to feel those. You're going to feel these square. Feel that moving.
I think my rising sign is Taurus, as much as I don't want it to be.
My rising sign is Taurus too.
Oh my gosh. And we both have the Capricorn moon?
Both born in March.
Oh, right. That's right.
Stuck on my face.
Oh. I feel like, just to close out, is there any one thing that we could, because we're dowsing through the veil, but we're not, we're just having a conversation. Is there anything that we can possibly ask the rods before we leave, or do you not have yours available?
Mine right here. Go ahead. I know you have a couple questions. I mean, I wrote down 2 questions, and if you want to ask a couple of questions, and then we can just close it out. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead with yours. I really don't have any questions in mind. Maybe I do.
Well, maybe this will some too. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check in with these.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so spirit guides and angels. If somebody here wanted to talk to me, can you please cross the lines? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Can you please open one for now? Can you point the direction of your energy? Come on. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ready. Okay. With Pluto moving into Aquarius, I don't think it's okay. I'm just going to phrase it how I phrased it when I wrote it down. Is there a massive karmic clearing going on right now? Yes.
Yeah.
Is this on a large scale, collective level, subconsciously or unconsciously, even if people don't realize it?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a clearing out of past lives as well?
I got a really fast yes on that one. And a no.
Is it an ancestral clearing? Yes.
I'm wondering, the children that are being born today, the new souls that are coming in, are there a lot of new souls that this is their first incarnation on Earth? Is what I'm wondering.
Oh, I gotta know.
And I got a yes.
Is it both? Okay. Yes.
Okay. So there's new and old coming in. And then they're pointing to their energy. Actually, they're pointing to my cat. That's weird.
They're on this side of me, or on the left. So
Yeah.
is that my
Mine-
ancestors that are on my left?
Mm-hmm.
No. Is it my angels? I'm going to let that clear. I'm going to ask another question. Is Archangel Michael here? Yes. I have another question for you, Archangel Michael. Are you assisting humanity in clearing out this energy? Yes. I feel like he's bringing truth.
Mm.
And he's also lifting the veil. Are you lifting the veil? Or you're showing me you're cutting away the veil?
So that's how we will see truth. You got to know.
It was resetting. And I went to yes.
Okay.
I could feel it was a yes. So the illusion is dropping.
Yeah.
Is it a choice how people react to it? Is there going to be tension with this? An acceptance of it? Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. That was all I had. And I asked them if they were done, and they said yes.
Okay. Well, if they're done, then we can be done, because I don't want to take any more of our precious energy and time and all of that. But I don't know. I just would like to say, maybe because Heather and I, because we talk and then we do this. Number one, I think next time we shouldn't talk before we do it, because I think that's one of the things that we need to. That's a lesson that I just got. That was kind of a message I just got, was, don't talk first. Like, we should just jump on and have that conversation like we have on the phone, and have it.
I kind of got that message earlier, but I didn't. I was like, we can't do it. We can't undo it. So it is what it is today, I guess. But next time, we'll keep it in mind to not do that. Let's jump in and we'll have the conversation, because I feel like this was a really good conversation, even though like that we had already spoken. I just feel like it would have been a little more. I don't know. I get your point.
Yeah, it's just, we have a lot of aha moments where we connect, and so I think that seeing how you and I talk organically, I think it would. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
and I think it's fun because I can see you. Whereas when we're talking on the phone, I don't, we don't see each other. We just come up with all these things. We're like, I've been thinking that too. And so, yeah. So if anybody, like we say, if you have any questions that you would like to ask the rods, or that you're thinking about, or that you would, any questions that you have, please feel free to leave a comment under this video, and we can add that to our questions the next time we get together. And I think that's a way of helping the collective. Maybe that's more what we're doing, is helping the collective. Maybe it's time for us, as I'm just going to say it, as powerful as we are, maybe that's part of our journey, is to help other people.
Yeah, I think it's each one to teach one. And as we learn, we teach other people what we've learned through.
Yeah.
And everybody has a different lens, and it's kind of cool to see the variety that offers. So also share your downloads, share your experience. We'd love to hear that. I mean, we can always go through and like do a day of comments or something like that, and go through the comments and just what people share their experiences. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I do too. I think that'd be great. So thank you, Heather, for joining me, doing this with us. Or I don't know. This is we both run this channel. It's not mine, it's not yours, it's ours. And we decided to do this for the collective. And so as we are part of the collective, and everybody else is part of the collective, it's time for collective healing and knowing. Knowing.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank anyone who's watching. We're kind of wearing sort of the same colors. Mine's a dusty blue, and you're a navy blue.
Well, I got the dusty. What are those called?
Curtains, or
my dusty curtains that I need to change out. We bought the house like that, and I'm just like, I just want to change those curtains. They have no color.
You have, girl, I feel you on that so much, because when we bought this house, I was just like, I need to paint, I need to put up art, and nothing has been done. Oh. What does it say?
Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher.
There we go. I think you're quite the priestess, and I know I'm a mystic. So yep. We're both mystics and probably both priestesses, but you really have heavy priestess energy. So, and I'm a seeker.
Yep.
So we bring it. All right. Well,
we'll close it out.
Yeah.
Love you all. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.